think I won't be able to live stream now because there are a lot of frames getting dropped at present. I hope are you able to see my screen? No, right? Oh, just a second.
No, sir.
I'll share my screen. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, so you can see that on the bottom, right? You can see the dropped frames, and you can see that it is now around 89 percentage, 90 percentage. So which means that you will get only 10 percentage of what I will stream. So I'll just record the thing and I will upload it later. Okay. Okay, so let me go to the class. I hope my audio is clear and you are able to hear me clearly and see my screen clearly as well.
Yes.
Okay, so input was the function that we wanted to learn, and input is a function that will allow us to take input from the keyboard. Okay, and it takes one parameter prompt, and that's an optional parameter because it contains a default value which is none. Okay, and that how do I know that? Because I know that because you know, I typed input question mark and it says that prompt is the prompt where we will enter some text that will be printed onto the standard output before the before the data is read from the standard input. Okay, and I know that it is by default none, and none I know that it is a data type. Okay, so if I type none question mark, none is a data type, so I can type none. I mean, I know this because I've been using Python for some time. So none is a none type. Now, so this was about the input, and we know that we have already seen print. Okay, so input is something that we have learnt new. Print is something that is familiar to us. So in Python 2.0, right? Say I had opened a terminal earlier and I told you that this is Python 2.x. Okay, so if I type print of x, right, that will print the value of x, and if I type print of x this way also, that will work. But in Python 3, right, I know that there is x here, so print of x is a function, and if I type print space x, right, that will result in an error. Print space x while worked in Python 2.0. Okay, but in Python 3.0, print is always to be called as a function call. So which means that you need to always call it as a function call, and then only it will work. And the print space x, right, in Python 3.x will result in an error. So what is this that I am saying? I am saying that there are two versions of Python. One version is an older version called Python 2, and a newer version of Python called Python 3. Okay, and I am telling you that the slightest difference between Python 2 and Python 3 are that between the print and the input statements, etc., etc., and then there are some implementation differences as well. Okay, so if you want to use the print function, you can actually import it from the future like this as well. From future import print function. Just a second guys, hold on. Lokesh, சொல்லுங்க. சரி Lokesh, bye. Oh, so it seems like there is a power problem from the electricity board only. Okay, so the reason why it is mentioned, if we are on Python 2, then we should import the print function from the future like this, because this would be actually safer to use in Python 3.x as well. So what we must understand here is that whatever be the program that we want to run, we would have already written the script for that, right? Perhaps we would have written it in Python 2.0, and now I want to actually use it with Python 3.x. and if I use everything that I have done in Python 2.0 just like that in Python 3.x, it may not work or it will not work. And if in that kind of situations, the better way to use the Python 3 with the older code would be to import the necessary things from the future. Okay. So this is one way to import the print function in Python 2.x, and this will be a safer thing to use in Python 3 as well. Okay. Now let's take a look at this simple code. Okay, so this is a Python 2 code. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Emacs term, Emacs, and we have already seen first hist script, right? Oh my goodness. Right. Okay, and let me take a new script. Okay, and save it as simple IO future print.py. Okay, so I just saved it as a Python document, Python file. Oh, okay. So from future import print function and print hello world, print goodbye world. So what I am going to do at first is I'm just going to why this, yeah, now this will work. I'm just going to comment this and save it, and I'm going to take the terminal, J Python 3 clear, oops, ls. Okay, so here I'm going to run it with Python 2 specifically. Okay, and for that I can type Python 2 space simple IO future print.py. So what is it going to print? It has printed hello world and goodbye world like this. And the reason why I wanted to show you that was I had commented the print function. So I had written this, but you know that hash is a comment on Python. So I had commented it, and now I have uncommented it and I am saving it. So the first line from future import print function was commented earlier when I ran the program with Python 2. Now I am running the program again with Python 2. You can see that there is a huge difference between the previous output and the output that we obtained just now with the from future import print function, right? Because now this has actually concatenated the string into one string over here, while earlier it was actually giving it as some list or something that was getting printed as, which was incorrect, totally incorrect, right? So what you need to understand is that if you want to use print function in Python 2.x, you must actually use the from future import print function. Okay, then only it will print the complete thing, hello world and goodbye, which is actually the expected result. Okay, so if I comment the same thing, okay, and I run it with Python 2 again, this is the output. But if I run it with Python 3, right, it would produce the output even without importing from future import print function, because I am running it with Python 3. With Python 2, it would give me an incorrect output. So there I will import the print function from the future and I run it, it gives me the correct output. Okay, so you can look at what does the print function does. Say for example, print question mark. Okay, we have already seen that it takes the value separator and right and details like that. So read the docs for print. Remember, use print question mark. Okay, so one simple request to you guys is that do not think of my classes as just watching a video and watching the slides or going through the slides. That won't be enough. You have to spend time, read, understand, do the exercises, everything. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to appreciate the course, or you will not be able to learn Python as well. Okay, so please use that time to learn it. Okay, so what all did we learn? We learned about the data types: integer, float, complex, boolean, string, and I also told you about the none type, which is all not mentioned over here. Okay, then we used the type built-in function to find the type of the variable that we are working with, because we know that this is a loosely typed programming language where we don't have to mention the type of the data that is going to be stored in the variable a priori. Okay, and then we know about the operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus, double star, that is power, right? Plus is equal to, minus is equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equal to, not equal to, a less than, b less than, c, then input and print. So these are the things that we have used. So you must actually look into the homework, explore the various string methods, read the documentation for the string methods, explore the different built-ins scenes so far. Okay, now before I proceed further, right, I want to show you something which I had already shared with you. Okay, I hope you guys remember this. Okay, so this is an informal introduction to Python, a document that I had shared with you on the day 1 of this CS151 class, if you remember. How many of you have actually gone through this document? Those students who have gone through it, please raise your hands. Oh, beautiful. The power has come back. So Abhishek Kumar Mohanty has gone through it. What about the others? When
Yes, sir. Just starting when I gone through it, and after that, sir, the link got deleted from my web browser.
Oh, okay, no problem. So
Yes.
please take use these links. Take and I have already uploaded the video from the first class, so you must be able to get the link from that also. Otherwise, I have sent you the link once again over here. Okay, so those students who have not gone through this, please go through this. I'll just okay, so using Python as a calculator, numbers, okay, variables, strings, okay, then a lot of things are actually mentioned over there. Okay, and this is a document which will help you get started with Python quickly and easily if you already have worked with Python sometime in your life. I mean, if you have worked with any programming language in your life, like C or C++ or anything. Okay, so this will help you quickly get started with Python. Now I'll just take a moment. Okay, so I have the next set of slides. Okay, So practice exercises, basics. Okay, so I told you already that if you are using Python 2.x, you must use row input instead of input. Okay, it will not work in Python 2.x. So for example, this is Python 2, right? If I use x is equal to input, let's see whether it will work or not. Oh, it works, but it says that it is a better idea to use row underscore input. You know why? Because sometimes it may not work as expected, and that is the reason why it is mentioned. So use if you are using the print function, right, in Python 2.0, then we will use from future import print function, because we know that we have already seen how it produces the undesired result, right? It produced a totally different result. Now can you write a program which will ask the user to enter a name, and then it will print hello name. Say if the user entered ABC, then you have to print hello ABC. Can you write a program for that?
Yes, so we
Yes.
can just concatenate if you want. In the print statement, we can concatenate the name and hello.
Okay, can you write it? Who gave me this answer?
Sir, Abhishek, sir.
Abhishek. Okay, and Bhadraksh Bhargava says name is equal to string input. Okay, string input is not required, only input is required, because it by default converts it into string, right? And then he is printing printf hello name. Okay, that's a very good program. Okay, so let's see whether that will work. So xb new. So we won't be running through all the programs. So I'm going to use Python 2.0. Okay, so from future import print function. Okay, x is equal to row input out. Will this work? Okay, so I have written the program, and let's try to run the program. Okay, so clear Python 2, it's salutation 2x. Okay, it says row input is not defined. Oh, because I ran it with Python 3, I have to run it with Python 2, and here the question is enter name. Okay, and I entered Anoop, so it prints hello Anoop. Okay, say if in case I had not used from future import print function, then it would be printed like hello Anoop, which is incorrect. Okay, and if you wanted, you can give some space here. Okay, so let's try to run it with Python 3 and see whether it will work. Row input is not defined here, so there I have to use input. Okay, Python 3. Okay, hello. So that was one way, and Bhadraksh Bhargava used string formatting. Okay, so if you look at this, you will see that he has used something like a string formatting over here, and Madh Praveen had done it similar to how I have done it. Okay, because he has done it using Python 3. If you were going to use it with Python 2, right, I expect you to have this line also. And in Python 2 you won't use input, but you will use row input. Okay, then so this is a possible solution. Next is so you please take a look at the last space that I had entered over here. Okay, the last space where the cursor is blinking right now. Okay, this space over here, and you can see that until I had that space, right, over here there was no space between the prompt and where I entered the name, but over here that space is also added, and that is because I added this trailing space. So name, please enter your name, hello, name. So you can see that there is a trailing space that is given here. Now next question is, ask the user for a single integer. Okay, you don't have to have any prompt string. Okay, print the square of this number. Can you run do this, please? Who is going to send the answer for this question? Okay, so number, so Bhadraksh Bhargava has again done the program. So number is equal to int input. Okay, because input always takes an data from the keyboard and stores it as a string. So you have to use int if you want to convert a number to an integer, as in a number is stored as a string. Okay, and then printf square of the number is number ** 2. Okay, so yes, this will work. Rohit Raj has entered another program, but Rohit, this is half of the program, because you have print x square. Yes, that will work. So let me try this program. Okay, so let me write this program, xb xw square number.py. Okay, so this is the program that Bhadraksh Bhargava has sent, and this is the program that Rohit Raj has sent. So let us try to run both the programs in the same code. That should work, right? So here first one is number is equal to int input, second one is x is equal to int input enter value of integer, print x squared. This is number square. Let us see whether that would work or not. Okay, so Python 3, what square number, right? Square number. Okay, so the first is let's say enter 7. It printed square of 7 is 49. Let's say next one is 18, and 18 square it printed as 324. Okay, so 18 7. All right, so is that clear, students? So why are the rest of the students very quiet? Do you guys follow this, like, or is it that
Yes.
okay, very good, Abhishek. Like Prajwal, Rohit and Bhadraksh and Mat Praveen has sent me the codes. I hope the others are also following it, and others also will be learning it. Okay. Okay. So this is the way to do the program. So x string input, x is equal to int of x string, or you can type int of input like how we have already done. Okay, we can also do it in one line, right? Say print int of input. Okay, uh,
Yes, sir, we can do.
but it has given me an error.
Sir, we have to write input then one more bracket. No?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
the error.
input is a function, correct. So I can do it this way. Okay, so I can write it 5 25. I can write 18 324, etc. Okay, next is digits of a number. Okay, so you can ask the user to enter a single integer, use an empty prompt, square this integer, print the number of digits in the squared integer has. Okay,
Sir, we have to combine both the programs, that one is the square one and the second is by using double slash for printing the digits of the square integer.
Sir, it will
So
be like concatenation, no? If we have 25 and then 2 and 2.
but double slash is just going to do an integer division for you, right?
yes, sir. Last one is that na print the number of digits, the square number of digits. Then
Number
we
of
can
digits.
take count and then we can just
Yes, you can
count the
do it that
numbers.
way. Say,
Yes,
for
sir.
example, first question is ask the user to enter the single. Okay, so I can do it as x is equal to int input. Okay, and this can be 5, and x square is 25, and len of right. So that would give me the square of the number and the length of
Sir,
the
but how to
hmm, how
sir,
to
but how to find the digit 5?
find the digit. Yeah, that's what I found out, right? Print the number of digits the squared integer has. So let's say so I'll enter okay, let me show you the percentage case minus n. So here, right, you can see that this line takes the input and this line prints the square of the input, and this line prints the number of digits of the square. Does it make sense? 81 to
Yes,
83,
sir. The
right?
total
So
number of
let me
length is
save
equal
it.
to that digit.
Yeah, let me save it. Digits dot py 81 to 83. Okay, percentage pwd. Yeah, I'm in this particular folder. I have a file called digits.py. So ls, there's something called digits.py. So cat digits.py, but you know that it will not work until and unless you have the print function. So print square of okay, I can do it this way, and number of okay, then print digits in squared value is okay. So Python 3 uh, unexpected end of line in line number 5. Okay, that's the length and this is the print function. Okay, so let's say 15, so 225 3, let's say 400. Okay, the square of 400 is 1,60,000, and the digits in the squared value is 6. Is that correct, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, So this is a possible solution to the question that we have asked. Next is complex numbers. Okay, so ask the user to enter a single complex number. If the user has entered, if the number was entered was I plus 2j.
Sir,
Yeah.
our English class started, sir.
Oh, your English has started. Okay, so what I will do is
Yes.
Yes, sir. We have another class.
yeah, so what I will do is I'll stop here, and you please, Akash, right? Akash, you please tell me when are the free timings, so that I will be able to conduct additional classes before my vacation starts. Okay, so I want to go on a few days of vacation, and I won't be taking class during that time. Yes.
Sir, you have laboratory in afternoon.
Yes, I have lab in the afternoon at 1:30. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, students. So let's leave now.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have a request that can you please enable the Google Calendar notification for
Google
which we can
Calendar.
directly join the class.
Oh yes, I have actually.
Yes, sir. In last semester you did.
I have actually enabled it. Okay. Actually, I enabled it only in the morning. So if you look at the calendar, just let's. Oh my goodness.
No, sir. We have to go to email and then took the link.
No need, no need. See this? It's already available there. So I'll do one thing. I'll make it as.
The notification on.
It will come in the notifications everywhere. Okay, so this is the EC calendar. So Monday, is it mine? Yes, right? So Mondays and this one, it will work, and I am going to add the calendar for today afternoon's class as well. Okay, so 22nd, let me duplicate it. This has to be from 1:30 to 3:10, right? It's still 3:10, right?
So we have two classes.
Yeah, and weekly on day. Right, so I've added all those things. Prajul, I have added that. Yeah, I have added it this week because last week we did not have class on Friday. Okay, students. So I'll stop recording and I will upload the video also. So today's class will be available as 2-part video. Okay, I'll mention that. Thank you everyone. Bye.